Shopping for a laptop can be a daunting task since there are tons of options to choose from. Also, most laptops are available with various display, CPU, GPU, and memory configurations, making the choice even harder. To help you narrow down your options, we've put together a list of our top picks for different uses, and hopefully, you can find something that interests you. There are many products available to choose laptops, each with different characteristics, benefits, and prices. I am here to help you make a right decision. I did a lot of research, a lot of consideration, and have completed a list of the best laptops from expensive brands. After a long review, I think it's useful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and other information, be sure to check my description. So without any further delay, let's jump intro the video. Number 1. Apple 2021 MacBook Pro. The best laptop we've tested is the Apple MacBook Pro 14, 2021, a high-end mobile workstation that provides a premium user experience. It has an exceptionally sturdy build, all-day battery life, and enough processing power to handle demanding workloads like video editing and 3D animation. Its wide port selection includes 3 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports, an HDMI, a full-size South Dakota card reader, and a high-output headphone jack for difficult-to-drive cans. The keyboard feels great to type on for extended periods, and the haptic touchpad is, as we say, ginormous. One of the best features of this laptop is its mini LED display, which covers the entire DCI-P3 color space and gets incredibly bright, making it suitable for viewing and producing HDR content. Plus, you won't have to worry about calibrating it as color accuracy is superb out of the box. Number 2. Apple 2022 MacBook Air Laptop. If you only perform light productivity tasks like text processing, web browsing, and video playback, an ultra-portable laptop might be a better fit. We recommend the Apple MacBook Air 13, 2022, Apple's entry-level MacBook, and the successor to the very popular M1 MacBook Air from 2020. This model has a new design, a better 1080p webcam, and a more powerful M2 sock. The display looks sharp and gets bright enough for use outdoors, the keyboard is spacious and tactile, and the touchpad is just as responsive and even larger than its predecessors. It still has 2 USB-C ports, but there's now a MagSafe charging port, which frees up the USB-C port you would otherwise use for charging. Alternatively, you can go with the cheaper Apple MacBook Air 13, M1, 2020, which is still available alongside the newer model. Although you're getting an older design with thicker bezels, it's still among the sleekest-looking laptops on the market. Plus, because it's an older model, it's often on sale. Number 3. Acer Swift 3 Intel Evo Thin and Light Laptop. For a more modest mid-range option, go with the Acer Swift 3 14, 2020. This model is easy to carry around, feels well built, and has a battery that lasts nearly 14 hours of light use. Its 14-inch display produces sharp images and text, and gives you just enough room for some light multitasking. The keyboard feels cramped but decent to type on, and the touchpad is small but reasonably responsive. It has a great port selection, including 2 USB-As, 1 USB-C Thunderbolt 4, a full-size HDMI, and a headphone jack. Configuration-wise, you can get it with an Intel 11th Gen Core i5 or i7, and up to 16 GB of memory and 512 GB of storage. 2 things to keep in mind. The first is that the display doesn't get very bright, meaning you may have some trouble with glare in well-lit rooms, and second, the webcam is bad, as the captured image is underexposed, and the microphone sounds staticky. Number 4. Lenovo Chromebook C340 2-in-1 Laptop. If you something cheap that can get the job done, get the Lenovo Chromebook C340 15, 2020, a 15.6-inch 2-in-1 convertible with a sturdy build and long battery life. You can get this laptop with an Intel Core i3 or Pentium Gold CPU, both of which are getting a little long in the tooth, but still powerful enough to provide a smooth experience on Chrome OS. That said, you can only get a maximum of 4 GB of memory, so you have to limit the number of applications or Chrome tabs you open at once. As with most budget-oriented laptops, the display is where Lenovo makes some compromises. Its IPS panel doesn't get very bright, meaning you'll have trouble with visibility in very well-lit environments, and due to its narrow color gamut, most content looks slightly washed out. Images and text look decently sharp, and there's plenty of screen real estate for split-screen multitasking. The keyboard feels great to type on, and while the touchpad is small, it tracks all movements and gestures well. Number 5. Lenovo IdeaPad 3 15.6 FHD Home and Business Laptop. Our best budget pick is the Lenovo IdeaPad 3 15, 2021. This 15.6-inch Windows laptop has a thin and light design, a sturdy build, and enough battery life to get through a typical 8-hour workday. It's available with AMD Ryzen 5000 series CPUs, which can handle most productivity tasks like text processing, spreadsheets, web browsing, and video playback. You get a 1080p display that gets bright enough for use in most indoor settings, a good webcam for video calls, and a decent port selection that includes an HDMI port. Unfortunately, while the keyboard feels reasonably spacious and provides good tactile feedback, it can be tiring to type on for long periods, as the keys require a fair amount of force to actuate. As for the touchpad, it's just okay as it's small and doesn't always register some movements and taps. Some models have a fingerprint sensor built into the power button, so if it's something you care about, it's best to check before buying. I make useful videos daily, so don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you need more information, or if you want to know the price of the product, see my description. Comment below if you have any questions. Stay updated with our amazing products, as it will make your life easier.